Hey everyone, it's Kimmy. I am Mama on a mission, and today I have a ship with me video. This type of video is where I show you exactly what's sold for me, the items, the price, and what I think about them, and then I will show you how I ship them out. It is Monday, September 29th. What the heck? Where did September go? I cannot even believe we're going into October. It is flying by. I will say in Wisconsin, it's going to be like 80 something degrees today. So it doesn't really feel like the end of September, but here we are. Now my ship with me videos every Monday are from my weekend sales, Saturday and Sunday. So basically a 2-day what sold video. I do ship Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday, sometimes. Not this past Saturday. So these are my sales from Saturday and Sunday. I am actually, my sales are steady comparatively to the last several weekends. But one thing that I really noticed about this weekend was that my ASP, or my average sale price, was higher than normal. So yay! I thought that was very exciting. As some of you know, or if you've been following my channel for a while, you know, I've been a 15-year online seller, and I am not a perfect person. You guys know that. And some of my items have been sitting for 9 months, a year, over a year, and I've been trying to clear those out, which means a lot of times I have a sale in there that's like $7, $8. It happens, and I'm not mad about it. But when I can see that my sales have a higher ASP, that means I'm picking more quality items. Knock on wood, hopefully that's great. And that's good for my business. So I'm really happy about that, and I'm excited to share with you some of these brands, some of these items. They're honestly really unique, and I do have one item that I literally picked up on Friday at a sale. I haven't even posted the haul video yet, and it has sold. So it sold, let's see. Gosh, okay, so I listed it on Friday. I picked it up Friday, 7 a.m. at a rummage sale. I listed it Friday. It sold Saturday. And you'll be like, what? You're going to be surprised at this item. It's, you know, I do a lot of bread and butter here. I do a lot of unique items. I have a vintage item. I have style-based items. So there's always a little variety. Check in and tell me how you are. I would love to know how your weekend was. How were your sales? How are they doing? I didn't even drink coffee this morning, but I feel like I have energy. I don't know. Thank goodness, because I never have any type of energy. I don't know what happened. Although I did go to bed early last night. I went to bed before 10 o'clock, and that's pretty early for me because I'm up early, usually at 6 a.m. every day, but I'm also a night owl. I only get like 6 hours of sleep. Maybe that's my problem. That's my problem. All right, let's get to some sales. But check in. I always love hearing from you. Let me know how your sales are going, because we're getting into Q4 here. October, November, December. How are they doing? You know, how are things going? Here's one of my first sales from this weekend. Oh, I didn't tell you my numbers. Look at, zing! I went right past what I was supposed to do. Sorry. Okay, here's my numbers for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday. 2 days. 2 days. I did $258.41 on eBay. I did exactly $100 on Poshmark, which is kind of funny, and nothing on Depop over the weekend. A lot of offers, nobody paid so far, so a big goose egg on Depop. But so that brings my total for the weekend $358.41 in 2 days. That's pretty much where I've been, and I'm okay with that number right now. And that was only 10 items sold. So that brings my ASP for these items above $30 per item, which there's a couple that are obviously under that. That's average sales price through all of these items. I have a couple $40 sales, a couple like mid-30s. So yeah, there's a great mix, and that for me honestly is a great ASP. I would love to keep my ASP all the time at $20 to $25. Meaning every item on average sells for $20 to $25. So to see it this weekend to be above $30 is fantastic. And these items are great. So let's close up my notebook and show you guys what I have going on. And this is the first thing. I was excited to share this with my son. My son came with me to a garage sale over the summer, and he found this. And he's a sports kiddo, and he was like, oh, look, this is a nice Yankees sweatshirt. Now, I'm from Wisconsin, but obviously Yankees, there's Yankees, you know, fans all over. So it's not unheard of to have some of these, you know, very common. It's like the Cowboys. I find Cowboy stuff, you know, fans could be at anywhere. But we paid $3 for this officially licensed Yankees Nike dry fit hoodie. It was a men's size medium at a garage sale, and it sold for $34.54 plus shipping. So honestly, that is fantastic. And what I will say about this is that, you know, most of the, I am not a super, I don't sell a lot in this area as far as like team sports, mostly because one, when I find it, they're super priced up at my regular thrift stores. Two, at the bins, you know, most of the t-shirt bros or other people pick up this kind of stuff very quickly before I get to it. And three, I don't know a ton about it. But what I did know about this, of course, was that, you know, the Yankees have been popular for so long. So that's kind of why I went with that. And of course, my son wanted to buy it. So yeah, a very great item. My son was excited for only $3 at a garage sale, and a $34 price is great. Now, if you have gone to an MLB game, or you've purchased officially licensed MLB or NFL items, you know this hoodie in store is $65 or more. I don't know, maybe for the Yankees it's even more. For the Brewers here in Wisconsin, yeah, this would be $65 at, you know, the stadium. So still getting a, you know, pretty good price. And it is a Nike collab here. So this is going out to Connecticut. So I guess that's over in that area. I could see a Yankees fan being over that way. And I'm putting in the dimensions. It's 1 pound, 4 ounces. I'm shipping it in my eBay branded poly mailer bag, which I get for free using my my shipping coupons. And it is going to cost $7.67 ground advantage out to Connecticut. And there we have our first item shipped. There we go. And we're off. Shipping our items from the weekend. What else do we have? Like I said, I have a good mix, but that was a great sale. I'm very excited about that. This was actually my lowest item that sold, and it is Eddie Bauer, the Adventure women's size 10 nylon blend utility pants. They were like a light olivey green kind of brown color. Utility pants usually are like a nylon blend, and they're used for maybe workwear sometimes, but more so hiking, camping, fishing, outdoors, those types of things. This only sold for $15 plus shipping, which was my lowest item, which honestly isn't that bad. That's fine. What I will say is what would bring this up to be better, as far as how could I source this better, is one, a better brand. Eddie Bauer is meh. But I picked it up because it's a utility. What else? Cargo pockets. This was just like a basic straight leg utility nylon pant. And if it had some kind of zipper around the knee, like the zip off style, or button ups aside, you know, a couple more stackable features, I think this would have landed more in the $20 range, but that's okay. $15 plus shipping on these Eddie Bauer utility pants, going out to Michelle in Pennsylvania. Hopefully she'll get some good use out of them. They're still nice. I love Eddie Bauer. My husband loves Eddie Bauer. They have quality items. Just some brands, no matter how quality they are, the resale value just isn't as much as others. Like if these were REI or LL Bean, then you'd probably get a few more dollars and a better sell-through rate. They only weigh 9 ounces. I put them in my little poly mailer. And away we go. This is going to cost $5.51 out to Pennsylvania, which is affordable. And honestly, Pennsylvania is one of the states that are closer to me that usually are a little bit more affordable for me to ship to. That's my little thermal label printing out my stickers. What'd you guys do this weekend? Anything? My ship with me videos usually are a little bit more chatty. What did we do? My son, I went to a bunch of garage sales on Saturday and they were not great. Like, I wasted a ton of time and did not find anything. So that was a bummer. And my son had a football game Saturday night at 7 p.m. and we had to drive an hour and a half away to get there. I was like, what in the heck? We didn't get home till almost 11 o'clock. Shoo, that's late for this old lady. I was like, why do we have to drive so far? I don't know. It was, for some reason, it was a longer away one. The coach did address it. He's like, I don't know why they put us playing against this team way far away. Oh, well, that was a late one. Now, this is a newer to me brand. I found this at a regular thrift store, and I paid, they were half off, and there was quite a few of them, and that's why I picked them up. The brand is Firm Abs. Firm Abs, size large, and the sell-through rate looks pretty good. They're just, another brand of yoga, athletic, workout leggings. I like this color. I bought like 3 pairs for $3 each. It probably was the same person who donated them. And these sold for 20 bucks. So that's not bad. I had them listed for 25, and I actually my Nifty app sent out this offer. I always say Nifty app, but someone actually asked, oh, do they have an app on your phone? No, you have to use a computer or, a laptop type of environment, because it's somewhat based on, I'm not tech savvy, some kind of Chrome application or something. But I do all my Nifty stuff on my laptop here. And, my Nifty, I should call it my Nifty reseller tool, sends out offers when people like, or, when they like the item, it sends out an offer automatically for me. So that's how this sold. Thank you, Nifty app. I don't ever send out, I mostly never send out any offers anymore because my Nifty reseller tool does it for me. I have it set, I think, at like 7 to 10 minutes after someone likes your item, it will automatically send out an offer to that person. And I change my settings like every month or two. I think right now I send out a 15% off. So, I don't know. A certain amount, you can set it yourself. How quickly do they send that out for you? I think I have mine set out at 7 minutes. After they like the item, the reseller tool will send out the offer automatically to them. In my experience and from what I've read and heard from other people, like if a person is shopping right now, you want to try to get them as quick as possible when they're still thinking about your item, they're still looking for your item. I think that's the best time. That's why they usually say send it out quicker. And with my Nifty reseller tool, I don't have to check every 20 minutes and see if anybody's liked any of my items, because it does it all for me. Because you want to get if you send out an offer maybe a day or two later, they might have already bought from somebody else, let's be real, or they might have decided they didn't need the item. So in my opinion, and from my experience, it's better to send those offers quicker to them. And Nifty does that for me. And I do love my Nifty. So this was sold on Poshmark, so I don't have to weigh it or anything. Remember, Poshmark now is Ground Advantage, and you have to ship it in your own poly mailer or one of the new shipping supplies. Have you guys gotten any of your shipping supplies from USPS Ground Advantage? I did. I should have probably just used it, but I love using my own poly mailer, my cute little poly mailers. Here's another fantastic sale, you guys. Vintage Bebe. BEBE. This was really popular like in the Y2K era, this brand, and they still make it, but BEBE. Women's dress size small, 100% silk, and I put in the keywords fairy, goth, Y2K, and party. Maybe if someone was looking for like a party dress. This thing is beautiful. So obviously the Y2K vintage helps. It's 100% silk, and it has all these feminine lacy details. Fairy Goth is right on par with all the details here. It has sequins, it's layered. Oh yeah. So all those reasons why to pick this up. It's very, very cute. And this sold for $39 plus shipping. I do think the silk adds definitely another element of value to it. If it wasn't silk, maybe it would be a little bit less than that. But also the style-based reasons that you can put in there. All the sequins, the lace, the feminine, you know, the feminine cut to it with the lacy details. Very, very pretty. And honestly, $39 for this little dress is a great sale. I am super happy with that. After fees and, yeah, after the fees, Poshmark will give me $30.66. And that's fantastic. Poshmark takes 20% of your sale. You know, each platform is different. They take different percentages. Depop is a very, very low, almost non-existent fee. So I do like selling there. But this is Poshmark, so they took 20%, and it brought down to, you know, that they'll deposit $30 into my balance. That's going out to New York, Brooklyn, New York. All right. Beautiful 100% silk dress. I don't think I told you guys. I made this. We always talk food. Here's our food moment. I made this. Oh, it's one of my favorites. It's not warm enough, or it's not cold enough yet to do this more consistently, but I was literally craving. I do like a creamy tortellini chicken spinach soup. Oh man, do I just get crazy about that. It's so good. Tortellini, spinach, there's like, of course, cream cheese because I'm a dairy girl. I'm in Wisconsin. Heavy whipping cream, tomato, like a roasted tomato or a sun-dried tomato in there. Oh yeah, so good. I put like shredded carrots sometimes, maybe some celery, some onion. So it also has a lot of good vegetables in there too, but it's also hearty. Yeah, none of that went to waste. She gone, that's already gone. Because we all ate it, and then there was like one small container left over, and I ate it. Your girl ate it. Tell me about what you guys are making. Give me some ideas. I always love new food ideas. That's really what this Ship With Me every Monday is about, is food. So we can share what we're making, what we like to make, and give each other ideas. Okay, here is a great brand to know. I've only found this twice. The brand is Outer Known. Outer Known. This is a French terry cloth. They called it the High Tide Pullover Sweater. So terry cloth is just like, almost like a towel texture. The brand is really what you need to know. It's an extra large, which is great. And this is just a great brand to find. Outer Known men's pullover and a size extra large, the terry cloth pullover. And this sold for $41. Again, my nifty reseller tool sent out the offer, and I accepted it, or they accepted it, not me. So obviously there's two parts to that. My nifty app, my nifty reseller tool will send out the offers when they like the item, but the customer still can either counter me or send me an offer whenever works for them as well. So it can go either way. And, you know, I like that they can kind of offer and work with you. Most of the time it works out okay. I have this one item. Oh, this sounds like if you follow Quimby, the reseller queen, she does a water cooler moment. meaning just a moment where you kind of just like kind of gossip or chat or, you know, talk about something that has been bothering you, which this sold on Poshmark again, so I don't have to weigh it. I have this one item and the same person keeps sending me low offers like on eBay, and I don't know if you have ever paid attention, but when you get an offer, it'll say they sent you an offer of $12 and that's 60% off your asking price or 70% off your asking price. And that's what this person has been doing on and on and on and on. I'm like, I don't like blocking people. It usually takes me a lot to block someone because I want to keep my doors open. I want to keep the doors open, the business open, but I'm like, do you stop sending me these crazy offers on a vintage item and they're like 80% off. It's definitely a water cooler moment. I don't think Quemby even knows I exist because she's got a great channel. She's a great reseller. She's very cute. I love her. I love watching her stuff. But yeah, I love that she does a little water cooler moment and they talk about something that maybe is something like if we were at our job, right? This is our job. We're talking to each other. We're hanging out. We're doing our stuff. And we're just taking a little break to talk about something that's irritating us. You guys get those? How do you deal with them? Like I've been countering back. My strategy, 90% of the time, if I can keep it together, is to always counter them back. Even the lowest of low, counter back. And sometimes they're obnoxious counters. Hey, I'm a human being. Like if you're sending me an obnoxious $2 offer, sometimes I go back and I offer like $2 lower than what I'm asking just because I'm like, you know what? All right, you're going to offer $2. Well, I'm going to give you $1 off. I'm going to send you back a $29 offer then because, you know, every once in a while it gets to be exhausting and emotionally exhausting. Just that, how many times are you going to send me a crappy offer? We've gone back and forth like 12 and then I'll go back like 27. Then they'll come back 13 and I'll go back 25, 14. I'm like, okay, how many times are we going to do this? So those were my 3 sales on Poshmark that added up. 3 sales were $100 in sales. And I think that's fantastic. Outer Known, that pullover was $41. The Vintage Bebe 100% silk was $39 sale. And then the Firm Abs was a $20 sale. So they all averaged out, you know, to be about $33 plus shipping. And I think that's fantastic. I mean, if you can sell 3 items and have $100 in sales, I think that's great. I mean, I know other people will say it's not great, but I think that's fine for me. Now we have some more eBay sales. Now one of these items, here it is. We'll just get to it. I love a couple of these items. This is the item. I have a haul video coming that's not even posted yet because I just did it Friday. Today is Monday. I went to a church rummage sale and it was a crazy mess. You have to watch that video. I mean, you don't have to, but it was chaotic. It was the busiest I've ever seen it. I go through a whole thing, but I still found items, obviously, because this sold in one day. It's Tailbots plus size 2X cardigan sweater. It's a beautiful yellow color, fully buttons up the front, ribbed edges, all of those things. The sweaters were $3. I do a really nice haul video with the sweaters and everything I picked up. And it sold the next day for $26.10 plus shipping. So that's honestly fantastic to take an item, flip it in one day. I bought it for $3 and I sold it for $26. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I think that's great. Super fast turnaround time. Obviously, you can't get much better than that. And again, my nifty reseller tool sent out the offer. I listed this for $29 and the nifty reseller app sent out an offer of $26.10 after the customer had liked it and she accepted it and she bought it. Boom. I couldn't even believe it when it came up in my feed that it had sold. I was like, didn't I just list this? And yeah, there you go. Tailbots plus size. And this is a full button-up cardigan sweater in a really nice yellow color. Tailbots is an expensive quality brand. I usually stick to plus size or at least multiple reasons to pick it up. And clearly that worked here. This is going out to Arizona, nope, Arkansas, Kimberly. Oh, so yeah, fantastic sale. Very happy with that. Some out to Arkansas, 9 ounces, and USPS Ground Advantage is $5.41. So that's pretty good. All around, very happy with that. And I still got some really nice things with that. It's a church rummage sale that I go to every year, but it was crazy. It's crazy. Oh man. Yep. Reselling is harder than ever. I truly believe that, for so many different reasons, and I talk about that on that video because I filmed that on Friday, so that'll be coming out in the next couple days. Oh my gosh, do you guys remember when I found this? It's the cutest. I found this at a regular thrift store. Look at this. The cutest little kid's cardigan. I remember filming this over spring, summer, so it's probably been 3, 4 months, 5 months that I found this. It's double-sided. It's from, is it Peru? Fair trade, made in Peru, children's hand-knitted sweater, size 4-5T. And I just couldn't with this. It's so cute. It's got a little chicken on the back. Oh. So, this sold for $23.50, which I think is very fair. And it's honestly adorable. Anything that has like made in any other country besides usually China, I might take a second look at, but especially if it's Peru, or it says hand knitted, then, you know, there definitely might be a reason to look at it. This is going out to North Carolina. The cutest little sweater. I just can't. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Again, just in a poly mailer. Easy peasy. Goes right in there. I get these poly mailers actually on Amazon. I have an Amazon link in my description. And I just pick out different styles. I have some plaids coming for fall. I have some florals. Boop. Just like that. Let's weigh it, because this is an eBay sale. It's 8 ounces. 12. Again, going out to North Carolina, it's going to cost $4.74. Usually anything above 8 ounces, like 9 and above, will get a little bit more expensive. So 8 ounces is great. Hello. And away it goes. I have a huge grocery haul, so, you know, you guys know, food over the last many years, you know, has gotten expensive. I have 2 boys. They eat me out of house and home. My 13-year-old 8th grade son is 6'3" and wears a size 15 shoe. So if you can imagine what that kid eats, it's everything. So food is expensive. I have a huge grocery haul. This time, my strategy, I waited an extra week to do my grocery haul. And I do this like every month or two, where I skip a week of a grocery haul, at least a week, and we find whatever's in the back of the cabinets and we pull something together, using things that maybe weren't, you know, you try to use what's in your cabinet type of thing. And I did that this past week. The kids, like, their snack options were getting low, and I'm like, that's what we have, so that's what you get. Like, so that nothing goes to waste. I don't like wasting things, and especially with how much it costs to feed these giant little children. You know, we had to be resourceful. I forgot. One day I just threw something together, and my husband was like, for dinner, he's like, where did all this come from? I'm like I made a green bean cheesy casserole, and he's like, where did you get all this from? I'm like, well, I had cheese, I had a can of green beans, boom, ba-da-doom, and I just whipped it all together. He's like, oh, well, that was pretty good. Like, it was good. But I try to be resourceful, you know, and get to make sure everything gets used. And when the kids are hungry and we don't have, you know, as much, it's not stocked, they figure it out. And I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. Even for me, like, you have to, we'll figure it out. There's still food here. We can still eat. But I have a huge grocery haul coming. I'm looking forward to it, but not, because you guys know that, like, so much work. I gotta clean out the refrigerator and organize everything, and I like to have like my rows of snacks and stuff, and my meats and all the things, so I'm prepared. So that's coming. But feeding people, it's expensive. You'd think I'd be skinnier, but clearly I focus. I spend the money on the food. Now this was a awesome pickup. 100% linen. The brand is Denim and Flower, which I don't do a ton with. Denim and Flower. Here's the, I honestly pass on this brand most of the time, but the reason why I picked it up was because it's new with tags. The retail on the back was $68, and it was 100% linen, and it's a size men's extra large in this very classic blue striped pattern. So all of those reasons. It's not because of the brand. Honestly, a lot of times I skip this brand. But men's extra large, new with tags, 100% linen, in a very classic blue striped, like nautical, I put coastal, nautical, coastal, classic blend. And this sold for $22 plus shipping on eBay. And I think that's great. And it sold very quickly. I think it took 2 weeks for this to sell. I just showed you guys this on a haul video as well. So fast movers. It's going to Illinois, so that's obviously very close to me. Yeah, I'm like, is this kid gonna stop growing? How big is he gonna be? Now I will say my husband and I both grew quicker than other kids, right? Every kid grows at a different rate. Everybody, you know, all of my kid, you know, everybody's different is basically what I'm trying to say. And we knew from the beginning that my son was growing faster than what the average was. He was always off the charts. He passed my older son at 4 years old. So I had 2 kids. The older one was shorter than the younger one. And that's the way it's been since forever. He's always at like 107%. But I'm like, when is he going to stop? Now, my husband did stop after 8th grade, and he's in 8th grade right now. So this might be it. Maybe he'll get another inch or 2, which I think is plenty. I mean, if he ends up at 6'4", that's a big kid, and I'm fine with that. But I'm like, gosh, how big could he possibly go? I've talked to you guys before. This is a Sasquatch channel here. And I've told you before, like, I'm 5'11", okay, and I have scoliosis, so my spine is curved. I should have been like 6'1" or 6'2", but my spine is an S. Which I really don't talk about a lot, but I should have been taller. My sisters were all tall. My niece is 6'2", my nephew's 6'6". Like, I have, you know, cousins who are 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". Like, it really is in the genes. So he could end up being quite tall. I mean, 6'3" is already pretty tall. But then you put in the size 15 shoe, and I'm like, gosh, how tall is he gonna be? My buddy, who just helped us get some stuff, he was like, I'm having a garage sale. Come get all of my extra large tall stuff, which is my son's size. He's like 6'5". So I'm wondering, I think my son might end up being somewhere in that range, which is a giant person. Like, his head almost hits like frames already. In our old house, our house is like 100 years old. His head is getting close to some of these door frames because, you know, whole houses back in the day were built a lot different. Yeah, so he's getting really close to hitting some frames in our house. I have to buy a new house because my kid don't fit in it. Oh, jeez. Okay. So this linen blend, Denim and Flower, brand new top, is 7 ounces, going out to Illinois. Big people problems. It's a real thing. It's hard to find clothes and shoes and to fit in your house, apparently, because my kid is outgrowing our house. It's only going to cost $4.58 going to Illinois to ship this men's item. So that is great. We just have a couple to go. If you're still with me, hey, and if you're not a subscriber, about at least 50% of my people aren't subscribers. So I know a few of you said that you sometimes watch on like a different device, so you do subscribe and it's just that you're on a different device, no problem. But if you're not, ooh, we have a couple of good sales coming. Hit that subscribe button for me, comment or like, help my algorithms out. You know, sometimes my videos get like no views, and then sometimes they get a ton of views. I just don't even understand if I do something different, or if some days people just don't want to listen to me, and I don't blame them actually. Yeah, I don't know what it is, because some of my videos, it's like no one sees it, and then the next video will have a ton of views. YouTube is weird. That is what it is. This is a stunning sale. It's a stunning item. I'm going to unfold it, and then I'm going to have to fold it again. But look at this, beautiful. This is soft surroundings, which, you know, we've talked about lately, that I'm being more particular about what I'm picking up in this brand. You have to stack your reasons in this brand, in my opinion. It is a plus size 18 silk blend maxi dress. Look at this. This was stunning. I bought this at a regular thrift store for $6.99. It's dark romantic, rose, floral, obviously, fairy goth, the maxi length dress, the sheer sleeves, the sequin details. Just look at this. Oh my gosh, it's stunning. I loved this. I think it's beautiful. It took a few months to sell. See if I can get this wrapped up as nice as I want to here. And it sold for $40 plus shipping. Beautiful. Look at the colors. So there's all your keywords. Soft surroundings, size 18, full maxi length, a lot of style. It's silk blend, a lot of style-based reasons to pick it up. Fairy goth, dark romantic, feminine, and obviously like the sheer sleeves. All of those reasons. Many, many reasons. And a great sale. Beautiful dress though. Beautiful, beautiful. And that's not to say my other son isn't tall. Going back to my kids, you know, my younger son passed my other son at 4 years old. But my son right now, he's 5'11". So he's not short, and he's still gonna grow. He's in high school now. So he's still, you know, a lot of boys grow still, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, you know. Honestly, boys grow a lot later usually. And that's why I don't know with my other son how big he's gonna be, because he's way ahead of the game. Everywhere we go, he's the tallest kid there. Everywhere, literally. So it's not to say my other son isn't tall too. He is. 5'11" is pretty tall for his age, and he still has a couple years to go here. This is going down into Texas. Let's see how much this weighs. This beautiful soft surroundings dress. It's 1 pound. Oops. Again, just put it in my nice little poly mailer. I switched to this big floral, which I think is really pretty. And going all the way down to Texas, it's $7.01. Then we have one more item to go here, and then we'll be done. Long ship with me. Like I said, y'all check in. Tonight, once this posts, I'll be laying in bed, reading the comments and seeing how you guys are doing and how everybody's sales are. Very, very pretty dress. Now, this is a really fun sale, too. This last one here, I'm excited to show you as well. If you guys remember another church sale I went to in spring, I found a bunch of vintage items, and a lot of them have sold. I've done really well. That church sale went really well for me, and their prices were crazy. Their t-shirts were 50 cents. And this, you know, I was kind of torn because it's not anything substantial, but it is in a way, because this is, the brand was just Badger, which was a locally made, where Wisconsin, the Badger state, made in the USA. It is single stitch. Now, if you don't know what a single stitch is, it's literally what it says, what it sounds like. In the sleeve, there's only one single stitch. If you look at modern day t-shirts, they are now double stitched here. That's how you know it's a single stitch. And people look for vintage single stitch t-shirts made in the USA, and it had this like kind of fun, artsy harvest, fall, autumn print. And obviously that's why it's sold right now, because of the print, but it is vintage. Vintage 90s nature graphic t-shirt in size extra large, made in the USA, single stitch, fall harvest. It's really like kind of a cool thing. And this is a 30-year-old t-shirt. Cool little harvest pumpkin graphic. I paid 50 cents at a garage sale. I got a lot of items for 50 cents and $1 at that church sale. That's the one, if you all have been with me enough, I was literally begging them to take my money because they were like, oh, we'll just give you a deal. You got, we'll just $20. And I'm like, no, how about 30? Like, what kind of crazy person is trying to give them? I was like, no, you're giving me too much of a good deal. No, just give us 20. We settled on $25 total for this whole box of stuff because their t-shirts were 50 cents. I sold this for $24.39. And I was begging them to take my money. That was a fun one. That's in my thrift hauls. If you're newer, I know I have a lot of newer people. Thank you for being here if you made it this long. That was a fun haul. And it was a very exciting... you walk into these places and you don't really know what you're going to find. I went to 7 garage sales this weekend and basically found nothing. So you never know if you're going to find something or not. That's the fun of it. That's the thrill of the hunt. Although I was exhausted after going to all those hauls. You guys know my car doesn't have AC. And it was hot. Middle of the day. I'm going to all these sales. And I couldn't find anything, which was totally a bummer. I found a couple things at one of them. But the prices were really high. And most of it was stained. Like super bad stained. I was like, I don't know why anyone would pay $10 for these jeans. And they were like Miss Me jeans, but it was like they had dirty hands. It must have been like someone who like maybe worked in a garage or worked in a factory or worked maybe on a farm, because it just looks like they had dirty hands and they just wiped them all up and down their jeans. Who wants to pay $10 for Miss Me jeans that are completely trashed? Like, I mean, like grease stains and dirt just all the way up and down the fronts of them. And really, like, they were just trash. They were really bad. Yeah, but overall it was just kind of disappointing because, I'm sweating, your girl gets hot, and didn't find anything. Boo, bummer. That's part of reselling, right? Sometimes you find stuff and you don't. So this vintage single stitch t-shirt is going out to California. It is 9 ounces, and it's going to cost $6.02 to get out there. And that is my last package. And I do have some whatnots. That was kind of a disaster. I have lots of good videos coming up, you guys. Got a lot of trauma going on. There was some issues with my whatnot. There was a bunch of glitches. If you made it to the end and you were there, like Lisa, you were there. My way in Alaska, you were there. There was stuff going on. Whew. Gotta roll with those punches, because if you can't, you're gonna go down, because that's kind of what reselling is you have to roll with the punches. And there's been a lot of punches lately. That whatnot show, that video will come. That was kind of an issue. I have my church haul already scheduled for this week. That was kind of a big mess, hot mess express. So there's a couple things coming, but you have to roll with the punches. That's how reselling is, and it's more difficult than ever to be a reseller because of a number of things that I will talk about in that video. And it is what it is. But I'm happy with this weekend sales. Overall, my sales are still kind of down. Hopefully September was a little bit better, and then October, it'll start to pick up even more. But $358 for 2 days. Saturday, Sunday, a weekend, I think that's great. I am not mad about that. My average sale price being, up in the $30 range is fantastic. If I could keep it there all the time, that would be great. But I still have stuff I need to move out. And a lot of my bread and butter from the bins, honestly, I tell you guys this all the time, that if I buy something from the bins for $1, my bins is $1.59 per pound, and I flip it for $20, I end up making $15. So in those cases, I'm still getting a great return on my investment. So it's hard for me to really focus on that all the time, because bread and butter from the bins is the basis of my business. Bread and butter from the bins, jeez, is the basis of my business. How many B's is that? Bread and butter from the bins is the basis of my business. Wow, that's a mouthful. All right, friends, I love you all so much. I hope you're having a great day. Let's go out and kill it this weekend, and check in. Let me know how you're doing, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.